Ladies and gentlemen, this video is the first episode of a multi-episode series where we take a look at what would happen if there was a civil war in WWE. More episodes will be coming out in the upcoming days, and I hope you enjoy this fantasy story. Braun Breaker successfully defends his World Heavyweight Championship at Bash in Berlin 2026 in Germany. The unpredictable badass is still the World Heavyweight Champion, the same title he betrayed Seth Rollins for. He betrayed him to win this World Heavyweight title in SummerSlam 2026 and is continuing to remain dominant. But as we move on, in the post-show of Bash in Berlin, the ring general Gunther, who gained a massive victory in front of his own fans as well, approaches the World Heavyweight Champion. He tells him that he has his sights on the biggest prize of Monday Night Raw, and he is planning to win that title for the third time in his career. And as always, Braun Breaker responds by trash talking and aggressive attitude, as this dream match may happen very soon, and this time it's all about the World Heavyweight Championship. It's the Raw after Bash in Berlin, and Chad Gable is winning a #1 contenders match to earn an Intercontinental Championship match against Finn Balor, the new Intercontinental Champion, and the match will take place at the next premium live event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Crown Jewel. Finn Balor knows who his next opponent is, and he knows that the leader of the American Made is one of the best technicians in WWE today. But as we saw in the post-show of Bash in Berlin, Gunther has his sights on the World Heavyweight Championship, and that is why he goes to Adam Pearce's office and requests a World Heavyweight Championship match against Braun Breaker as soon as possible. However, Adam Pearce tells Gunther that he cannot give him a direct shot at the World Heavyweight title, but he will start a tournament, which Gunther is part of it, and it will start next week. The winner will get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship and will face Braun Breaker at Survivor Series, and if Gunther wants the World Heavyweight title shot, he has to earn it. The Women's Intercontinental Champion, Bayley, has successfully defended her title. The role model has been on a roll ever since winning this championship, and she successfully stood tall against all of the challengers so far. But as she's celebrating her victory, she is attacked from behind by the returning Zoe Stark. She was injured in 2025 and was taken out of action with an awful knee injury, and she finally returns, and she has her sights on the Women's Intercontinental Championship. She attacks Bayley and nails her with a Z360. Stark clarifies everything. But what is not clarified is what Karrion Kross wants from Randy Orton. Because ever since Randy Orton has moved on to Raw, Karrion Kross has been trying to work on his mind, just like he did to Sami Zayn. And Kross tells Randy that he wants Randy to bring back his old Viper if he wants to become the face of WWE again. But Randy knows what Kross wants to do, and he wants him to be in the ring next week so they could settle their problem. Now it's time for the main event, where the Motor City Machine Guns are challenging Pretty Deadly for the World Tag Team titles. This was a pretty difficult path for the Motor City Machine Guns to earn another shot at the World Tag Team titles, and they successfully defeat Kid Wilson and Elton Prince to become your new WWE World Tag Team Champions. This is the second championship win of the Motor City Machine Guns in WWE, and they are planning to dominate Monday Night Raw, something they couldn't actually do when they were champs on SmackDown. But Monday Night Raw is over, and we move on to NXT on Tuesday. There's a match between Javon Evans and Trick Williams to finally settle their problem, but as the ref was distracted to fix the turnbuckle pad, Trick Williams nails a trick shot to Javon Evans, and he successfully pins him to earn this massive victory over the young OG. However, after the win, NXT's general manager Ava wants him in his office, and the cameraman reached them a bit late because we cannot completely understand what they're talking about, but what we can understand is that Trick Williams is going to take a couple of weeks off. We don't know that was this Ava's idea because she wanted to talk to Trick, or was this Trick's request. Whatever reason behind this is, Trick Williams doesn't have any problem with it, and he leaves. But as Ava turns her attention from Trick, there's another man waiting for her. There's Ricky Saints, who is owed an NXT championship match and wants to know when this championship match will take place. Ava informs that in 2 weeks he will face Obafemi for the NXT championship, but in the meantime, her phone starts to ring. Ricky leaves. He will challenge for the NXT championship in 2 weeks, but as Ava walks into her office, she picks up the phone. Dad? Hey Ava, hope you're doing great. I guess now is the time. Everything gets ready. I've seen the progress. It is finally the time. And I know you can handle all these by yourself, but I've sent you some help. You know this man pretty well. The expression of Ava says everything, that she did not expect this man to come in. And she responds by saying, "Holy sh*." It's time for a Friday Night SmackDown, and the American Nightmare, the undisputed champion Cody Rhodes, is opening the show. He will face Braun Breaker for the Crown Jewel Championship in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Is the American Nightmare successful to become the first ever two-time Crown Jewel champion? Well, he addresses his future and his match with Braun Breaker during this promo, and he informs that he will be on Raw this Monday to confront Braun Breaker. The undisputed champion leaves the ring, but we have a man who's here from Raw. He's the newest arrival on SmackDown, and he wants to dominate the SmackDown division just like he did on Raw. Ilya Dragunov, the former Intercontinental Champion, is now officially a SmackDown superstar, and he confronts a man he has a lot of history with, Carmelo Hayes, the United States Champion. They have a lot of history with each other back in NXT, and now maybe this could happen again in the main roster. Melo has to defend his title later on tonight, but for now, we're having the arrival of Bianca Belair, as she wanted to call out Naomi, but Naomi attacks her from behind, and Naomi is ambushing Bianca Belair. She attacks her from behind, and things are getting out of hand, but Bianca Belair is fired up as well. They fight each other in front of the stage. Bianca wants the WWE Women's Championship, and she's fighting against the champion. But this massive brawl that took place tonight on SmackDown forces Nicholas to discuss the idea of canceling the Women's Crown Jewel Championship match at Crown Jewel with Adam Pearce, because this rivalry between Bianca Belair and Naomi is getting out of hand, and before any other chaos, Nicholas wants this rivalry to end, and Adam Pearce accepts. So the Women's Crown Jewel Championship match between Naomi and Stephanie Vaquer at Crown Jewel is cancelled, and instead, Naomi will defend her title against Bianca Belair in Saudi Arabia. But a man who was a fan favorite in Saudi Arabia, Sami Zayn, is walking backstage, and it makes us concerned that is he still a fan favorite in Saudi Arabia? Because the things that Sami Zayn has done after returning with his dark side changed many opinions from people all around the world, and this time he's crossing paths with his tribal chief. The man who was the honorary Usos bloodline at some time is now trash talking against the tribal chief. But Sami leaves, and we move on to the main event, where Carmelo Hayes is going to defend his United States Championship against Andrade, and after a couple of matches, this is finally the final rivalry match between Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, where Andrade finally comes out successful to win the United States Championship and dethrone Carmelo Hayes. After the match, Andrade offers a handshake to Melo, but Melo denies and doesn't want to shake hands with the man who took the title off him. Melo leaves, and Andrade celebrates the main event win over Carmelo Hayes by picking up the United States Championship. But this is not when SmackDown goes off the air, because we see some footage backstage between the Women's United States Champion, Sol Ruca, where she's talking to a person, and that person was not scheduled to be here. And it seems that person doesn't want others to know that she's here, but she's caught in 4K, and that is Ava. She's talking to Sol Ruca, and we somehow hear what she's telling Sol. Come on, Sol. You can return to NXT. You can be the face of NXT. Ava, I was the face of NXT. Now I'm the United States Champion here on SmackDown. Why would I return to NXT? No disrespect, NXT is my home, but at least I can't do it right now. We've had many champions that returned to NXT. Main roster champions that returned to their home. You can do it, Sol. This time could be different. What do you mean it's different? And if it's different, could you please tell me what the difference is? I can't give you much information right now. Then I'm not accepting, Ava. With all due respect, I'm staying here on SmackDown. It's Monday Night Raw, and CM Punk is at Adam Pearce's office talking to him, and of course it's better to say complaining about not being in the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. Punk says, "Pearce, could you please explain to me what the hell are you doing? After all these years, I didn't want a direct World Heavyweight Championship match, but at least you could have put me in the tournament." Punk, I'm really sorry. I know you deserve it. It's not about you don't deserve it, but this tournament is a little bit different. Yeah, of course, it is different. The difference is, This tournament is so damn stupid that you have Ludwig Kaiser and Dominic Mysterio who did nothing in this tournament, and you don't have me in it. You didn't even give me a chance to qualify for the tournament, let alone being in it. Punk, I completely understand. You know that you are one of the top stars here on Raw, okay? I know that too. This tournament was my idea, but the participants, actually, it was out of my hand. I couldn't do anything about it. I was just informed who the competitors are. As you can see, this is how the tournament is going to be. And Punk responds, "Ah, yeah, definitely. Give Kaiser a shot. Give Solo a shot. Give Dominic a shot. A couple of guys who never became world champions and didn't even earn the opportunity to be in this tournament. Meanwhile, me, I've been working my ass off and still I'm not getting what I've deserved." Punk, things are getting too complicated. I know as much as you know. I don't know why is this happening, but it has came from the top. That's all I have to say. Punk complains, but he has no choice but to accept that the tournament includes Solo Sikoa versus Penta, the opening match of the show, where thanks to the bloodline and the distractions they make, Solo Sikoa manages to beat Penta and qualify to the next round. A devastating Samoan spike right to the throat of Penta punches the ticket for Solo Sikoa to the semi-finals, and he will face the winner of the match between Ludwig Kaiser and Jey Uso, which will take place later on. But we get footage from the backstage, and it seems Adam Pearce is going to have a busy night tonight, as the Women's Intercontinental Champion Bayley wants a match against Zoe Stark, and she says if it's needed, she will put the title on the line as well. And Adam Pearce likes the idea of this and makes it official, so next week on Raw, Bayley will defend the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Zoe Stark in a one-on-one matchup. But now it is time for a scheduled confrontation between the Viper, Randy Orton, and a man who has been trying to work on his mind, Karrion Kross. He repeats what he has been telling Randy in the back. He tells him in the middle of the ring as well. He tells him that this Randy Orton is not the Randy Orton he is known for, and he should bring back the old Viper. And Randy says if he really wants the old Viper back, he may experience it at Crown Jewel. He challenges him to a match in Saudi Arabia, where Karrion Kross accepts and leaves the ring. Randy Orton successfully got the match he wanted against a man who's been on his nerves for quite some time. But we move on to Raw's locker room, where the Motor City Machine Guns, the new World Tag Team Champions, are talking to one another, talking about how hard it was to get another shot at the World Tag Team titles, and it almost took them a full year to get here and receive a championship shot, because they had to survive all those shenanigans on SmackDown in 2025 with the stacked roster of tag teams, and after they came to Raw, they had to beat all the teams to earn a shot at the World Tag Team titles. But someone interrupts them. Aren't you tired of working hard? After all these years, being the best tag team of every single promotion you've been in, doesn't it feel bad to be held back by some teams that you know are not better than you? You're an immortal tag team. All around the world, they all know you. But in WWE, after almost 2 years, this is just your second title win. And the last one wasn't even the title run you deserved. I know you always work hard. That's your spirit. But what if you could become the team you know you deserve to be, when you know you don't even have to work that hard to become that team? It seems to be the same mystery man who walked in at Ava's office on NXT. He's now here on Raw and we don't know who that is. He's talking to the Motor City Machine Guns, and it seems he's offering something to them. That's all we got for now, because we have to move on for another match of the first round of the tournament for the World Heavyweight Championship #1 contendership, where Sheamus beats Dominic Mysterio to qualify to the semifinals as well. The Celtic Warrior may become world champion one more time, but a man who is already a 14-time world champion, Randy Orton, confronts a man he hasn't seen for a very long time, Seth Rollins, in the backstage. Long time no see. How are you doing, Seth? Did not expect you. Thanks. How can I feel after being betrayed by the guy who I brought in? But you know what? I'm proud of Braun. After Bronson's injury, Braun became a completely different person. He betrayed me, and that's heartbreaking. But I'm proud of him. He's the World Heavyweight Champion now. He's a main eventer. He's the face of Raw, and that means I did what I wanted to do. I did that successfully. I turned Braun Breaker into a main eventer. And I also know when Bronson Reed returns, he has a name for himself as well. But myself, I don't know what there's left for me to do, because I've done it all. I even tried to bring some younger guys and make them the main event guys, and I did that as well. So, I don't know what else I have left to do. No one wants me. No one needs me. There's no place for me. After everything I've done, I just feel disrespected. You should not feel disrespected, Seth. You've earned the respect of millions of fans all around the world, and that includes me. I know we've been through a lot of things, and I know they were not good, but what I know is that currently, I have a lot of respect for you, man. Who said no one needs you? We all still need you. But I guess we don't need your so-called Oracle, do we? How's he doing? Yeah, he told me that he's going to spend more time with his family, but he's a liar. I don't believe that, and I know you don't either. He's probably looking for a young guy to make him a new Paul Heyman guy. We should wait for him to return with some new guy at some point, shouldn't we? Yeah, he definitely will. But Seth, I just wanted you to know, this is not what Seth Rollins looks like. This is not what we expect Seth Rollins to be. A depressed, sad, hopeless version of the man who used to call himself the Visionary. No, this is not what we're used to. I just wanted to say that, and that's all. Yeah, thanks. And also, good luck with Karrion Kross. Be careful. He's a magician. He can strike from somewhere you don't even expect him. Ludwig Kaiser vs. Jey Uso, the first round of the tournament. Jey Uso successfully defeats Ludwig Kaiser and is going to face Solo Sikoa next week in the semifinals. He's going to meet his own brother once again, this time in the semifinals of the World Heavyweight Championship #1 Contenders tournament. But a man who is already a #1 contender is Chad Gable, and is the #1 contender to the Intercontinental Championship, and his American maid is beating the living hell out of the Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor. And after their decimated Finn, they leave the ring. But after Finn somehow got back to his feet, he picks up a mic. Chad, wait. I know you're scared, because I know when our match at Crown Jewel is about to happen, your guys will come out, and I don't like that. But I like to beat them badly, so face me in a tag team match next week. But if you lose, you cannot accompany your leader to his match against me at Crown Jewel. Finn Balor challenged them to a tag team match next week, but it's now time for the main event. A dream match is happening. Gunther versus Rusev. The winner will go to the semifinals, and Gunther, in a massive, memorable matchup, manages to defeat Rusev, and Rusev passes out after being locked in the sleeper, and Gunther qualifies to the next round and will face Sheamus in the semifinals next week. The ring general gets one step closer to the title that he wants to win it for the third time, and the owner of that championship, Braun Breaker, arrives because he has a scheduled confrontation with Cody Rhodes. After a stare down in the middle of the ramp, Gunther leaves and Cody Rhodes arrives. Braun Breaker and Cody Rhodes are in a promo battle because they have a match at Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel Championship. But we said Gunther left the ring. That doesn't mean that he completely left, because as he has his sights on the World Heavyweight Championship, he watches this segment from the Gorilla Room as the Undisputed Champion and the World Heavyweight Champion exchange some words. But we're done on Raw for now, and we move on to NXT again. Wesley is in Ava's office, and we in Wesley receive some shocking and important information from NXT's general manager. Ava tells Wesley that Ricky Saints has some personal issues and is not able to show up next week for the NXT Championship match, and Wesley is given the NXT title shot against Obafemi instead. That came out of nowhere, and Wesley did not expect that either. But that's definitely what he loves to hear, a free NXT Championship match. So he leaves, but another man approaches Ava, and that is the HBK, Shawn Michaels. Ava, as always, thank you for your work here in NXT. But can I ask you a question? Who was that man in your office last week? No one, it was just an old friend. Ava, the entire world saw your reaction. Why would your friend enter your office here in the Performance Center. Come on. It was an old friend. He just... Don't lie to me, Ava. You were talking to your father before that. The entire world heard and saw what happened. The Rock sent that man. Who is that? Yes, I know, Sean. It seems so suspicious, but I'm just trying to make things better for NXT. I want this brand to become the best brand in the world. And yes, I got some help from my father as well. I promise it's all for NXT. It better be. But I don't know. Why would you want Sol Ruka to return to NXT? And I've also heard that that man was on Raw talking to Shelly and Sabin. Are those also for NXT's future? Yeah, Sean, definitely. I wanted some main roster champions to come to NXT because it is definitely better for us, isn't it? There's something wrong, Ava. I hope you don't screw things up. There's nothing to be worried about. And I have everything under control, Sean, because, as I said, I want to bring some main roster stars to NXT. Oh, speaking of the devil, it's Rhea Ripley. She's back in NXT. And Shawn Michaels says, "Good to see you here again, Rhea. Did not expect you, but I hope Ava wants you here for some good things." Thanks, Sean. NXT is my home, and I'm sure Ava wants the best as well. Yeah, good luck. Shawn Michaels leaves, and the only thing we hear from Ava in her short conversation with Rhea Ripley is, "Rhea, you should just do what I told you to do. That is the plan, and I promise it's a great plan. As long as I get what I want." Shawn Michaels has left the office, but in the middle of his way, he meets Javon Evans, and they have a short conversation out there as well. Javon, good to see you here. What are you doing here? Thank you, Sean. I was just looking for Ava. I wanted a rematch with Trick. Everyone saw he cheated in the last match. Well, actually, you have the right to ask for that rematch, Javon, but Ava informed me that Trick got a couple of weeks off. Why would he do that? I don't know, Javon. I don't know anything. This brand is mine, and I still don't know what the hell is going around here. Suspicious activities on NXT continues, but we move on to SmackDown, where Bianca Belair arrives, but she's attacked in the parking lot by Naomi once again. Another ambush by the WWE Women's Champion. Even though the match is official for Crown Jewel, Naomi uses the car and slams its door to injure Bianca Belair's hand. It seems that Bianca has suffered a serious injury. This was a brutal attack, and Naomi makes her way to the ring because she has some words to address her future. "Give me the Crown Jewel Championship. That's the title I deserve. I'm the WWE Women's Champion, and I deserve to be the Women's Crown Jewel Champion. Now I have the chance to compete for it, and you're taking it away from me? God damn you. You have to give that title directly to me, because I deserve it." Naomi, calm down. Don't scream your lungs out. Bianca Belair is injured because of you. She's out of action because of you, and you cannot demand a Crown Jewel Championship like this. Yeah, with what you did, Bianca Belair is not able to challenge you for your championship at Crown Jewel, and that match is cancelled as well. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna break my deal and I'm gonna return the Crown Jewel Championship match for you, because this is not the way of getting it. Hold on, Nick. Hold on a second. You don't need to give her the Crown Jewel Championship. I think you don't even have to cancel the WWE Women's Championship match at Crown Jewel, because it's been a while. I think you should keep the match. And now that Bianca is injured, you can put someone against Naomi who can put her down in her place. Well, Jade, actually, I like the sound of that idea. It is official. You still have to defend your title against Jade Cargill. Hope you this time you could understand that injuring someone is not the way of getting what you want. Nick Aldis has made it official. After Naomi injured Bianca Belair, she wanted the Crown Jewel Championship back, but instead, she got Jade Cargill. In the backstage, the new United States Champion Andrade meets the former champ Carmelo Hayes, and after Andrade's last week title win, he only says one thing to Carmelo Hayes: "Next time, think twice before rejecting my handshake offer. Next time, when I want you to shake my hand, do it, because it's better for you. I know something you don't, but if you shake my hand next time, things will be much different. I may even give you another United States Championship match. So be careful. When you shoot next time, you don't miss. What did Andrade mean by that? We don't know, neither does Carmelo Hayes. But as we move on, it's time for the WWE Tag Team Championship match, where Fraxium are defending their titles against DIY, where they successfully defend those titles in a great match, as always. But they had multiple title defenses after winning the title at SummerSlam, and all those title defenses were memorable matches. Nathan Frazer and Axiom are proving that they are deserved to hold those titles, but after they leave the ring, they watch DIY fall down because Tommaso Ciampa turns on Johnny Gargano, and this is the end of DIY as we know it. This is going to be a new path for both Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, and maybe their paths will even cross in near future. But as Fraxium is looking on, they are attacked from behind, and it's Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. The Motor City Machine Guns, the World Tag Team Champions, are here on SmackDown from Raw. And they're ambushing the champions off SmackDown. Whatever reason is behind this, it is because they accepted the offer of that man on Raw. They beat the living hell out of Nathan Frazer and Axiom, and they are standing tall. But the Women's Tag Team Championships will be on the line at Crown Jewel, where the champions, Alba Fire and Piper Niven, will defend their titles against the #1 contenders, the Kabuki Warriors. But there's another man who's in the middle of an interview with Kathy Kelly, and Kathy asks that after his confrontation with Carmelo Hayes last week, it looked like he has his sights on the United States Championship. And she asks him that what are his thoughts that now Andrade is the United States Champion. Ilya responds, "It doesn't actually matter who the champion is, because I came here to win and become champion. It doesn't matter if it's someone that I have beaten before or if it's someone I have never faced before. I'm still gonna try my best to win the US." Hold on, Zeus. Don't go too far. The United States Championship is not gonna be yours, Zeus. Because I'm still here, and everyone knows that I deserve a shot. I deserve to finally win my first ever singles title in WWE after these long years. Jimmy, I'm glad to see you. Calm down. There are only few titles and many contenders. You don't need to argue this much. You don't need to scream. If you want a title shot, you can earn it, just like I am going to do. And if beating you means that I can get a United States Championship match, then I'm definitely going to do it. I will not hesitate, Jimmy. So you won't hesitate, huh? I won't hesitate either when I want to smash your face by delivering a kick to knock your teeth out of your mouth. Fighting spirit. That's what I have to. But this is not the time. I will do what I say I will do in the middle of the ring. So for now, I'm just gonna wish you luck for the rest of the night. After confronting Sami Zayn a couple of times in the backstage, Roman Reigns has finally gotten the time in the middle of the ring to talk about Sami Zayn and address his situation with the man who used to be the honorary use of his bloodline. Roman Reigns calls out Sami Zayn, and he even challenges him to a match to stop all these trash talking once and for all in the squared circle. And he challenged him to a match in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel, and he wants him to answer him. But as Sami Zayn is not here tonight, Roman Reigns wants him to be on SmackDown next week, and then he leaves the ring. But after Ava last week, the Mystery Man is on SmackDown talking to Sol Ruka this time. He successfully convinced the Motor City Machine Guns to change the entire direction. Will he be successful to do the same thing to Sol Ruka? Ava was not. Is this man successful doing that? Well, Sol Ruka is getting caught by Kathy Kelly, who sees her talking to that Mystery Man, and Kathy says, "Ladies and gentlemen, the Mystery Man that we've been looking for weeks, that appeared on Raw as well, it looks is here on SmackDown, talking to Sol Ruka." Let me just hit Sol. Sol? Yes, Kathy? Could you please tell us who were you talking to? Because it seems it was the one who the entire WWE Universe wants to know who that was. Yeah, Kathy. I don't know what is this. Last week it was Ava, and this week it is this man. I don't know what are they trying to do, but I can make sure that I'm not gonna sell out. Okay? Well, that's great, but could you please tell us who that man is? Yeah, definitely. Even everyone knows him. Before she could say who that was, Zoe Stark is here on SmackDown as well, attacking Sol Ruka, taking the Women's US Champ down with a super kick. Stark has an Intercontinental Championship match this Monday on Raw, where we move on for the main event of SmackDown, and it's Braun Breaker and Cody Rhodes confronting one another one more time, where this time, things are getting heated up. Because after Braun has nothing left to say, he wants to leave the ring, or so we think, because he returns at Cody Rhodes and wants the spear, but Cody with an on-time dodge catches him in position for a crossroads, and the undisputed champion is the one who takes the World Heavyweight Champion down. And we move on to the last Monday Night Raw before Crown Jewel. And in the World Heavyweight Championship semifinals, Solo Sikoa versus Jey Uso. Thanks to the Bloodline, Solo manages to get the upper hand against the Yeet Man, and he delivers a massive Samoan spike right to the throat of Jey Uso, just like he did to Penta last week, and he qualifies to the finals. Solo Sikoa is about to get a World Heavyweight title shot at Survivor Series, and the only thing he has to do is to win the finals match. But then we see the WWE Tag Team Champions Frax team arriving on Raw, and they meet Adam Pearce. But Adam Pearce was not expecting them to be here, so he shouts to them, guys, I know, but you cannot be here right now. I take responsibility, and I apologize because of that attack on SmackDown. Those are my superstars, and I should prevent them from doing anything crazy. I will promise that won't happen again, but you cannot be here right now and ruin my show, okay? Nick Aldis didn't tell me that you are coming. Well, we didn't even tell Nick that we're coming either. We want Alex Shelley and we want Chris Sabin. They attacked us last week after our match, and we want our revenge. Yes, Pierce, we know that you don't have any plans for this, but we didn't have plans for their ambush last week either, okay? So please, let us do what we're good at. I cannot let you do that, gentlemen. With all due respect, I'm gonna call the security team, and they're gonna escort you out of the arena as soon as possible. The tag team rivalry continues, but another tag team of Monday Night Raw representing the American Made are the Creed brothers. They are going to face the Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor and a mystery tag team partner. If they lose, they're banned from ringside, and that partner is... a man that Finn Balor has a lot of history with. That is the phenomenal one. That is the one and only AJ Styles. He comes to the aid of Finn Balor in this tag team matchup against the Creed brothers. And after Finn Balor chose the right way to get himself out of the Judgment Day, AJ Styles appreciated his decision, and they've been good ever since he left that team, and they successfully defeat the Creed brothers. So the match at Crown Jewel between Chad Gable and Finn Balor will be one-on-one without any other interferences. Thanks to AJ Styles, these two men reunite one more time, and this victory is too sweet. In the backstage, Randy Orton is talking to Seth Rollins once again, and it seems that Randy is becoming a good friend for Seth after he was betrayed by Braun Breaker. But then, they're interrupted by Karrion Kross. It's disgusting. Randy Orton and you, Seth Rollins. You two must be ashamed of yourselves. Seth, you forgot how to be a clown, huh? Now you want to find a little friend in the Viper to help you rehab yourself, huh? And you should be ashamed of yourself more than him, Randy Orton. You have a match with me in a couple of days at Crown Jewel, and you're walking back here having fun with Seth Rollins instead of preparing for one of the biggest matches in your recent history. Kross, listen, we don't have time for you for now. You have to settle your problem with Randy in the ring at Crown Jewel, and that's it. You don't have to be worried about me or Randy Orton. The mistake everyone makes when they're facing me is the exact mistake you're making, Seth Rollins. I do not wrestle against people to win. I wrestle against people to make them see the reality. And what I see is Randy Orton becoming a goof. He's not the Viper he was known for anymore. Seth, did he just call me a goof? Randy Orton has heard enough, and he delivers a thunderous uppercut to Karrion Kross, and he and Seth Rollins leave the scene. But after a couple of seconds, Karrion Kross gets back to his feet, and his face says everything. He laughs at them while he's looking at them leaving. And it seems he got what he wanted. But now it's time for the Women's Intercontinental Championship match between Bayley and Zoe Stark. And Zoe attacks Bayley before the match, targeting her leg. However, Bayley tries to fight back as she's defending the title with an injured leg, but Zoe Stark keeps surviving. But eventually, the sniper delivers a kick right to the same injured leg, and she follows it up with a knee strike and another one in the Z360 style to win the match and pin Bayley to become the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. But it seems Zoe Stark is not done yet. Zoe has become a completely different person now. She attacked Sol Ruco on SmackDown, and now she wants to punish Bayley. She grabs a steel chair from under the ring, and she's slamming it right on the leg of the role model, and another steel chair shot is enough to add insult to injury. Zoe Stark is your new Women's Intercontinental Champion, and she just didn't take the title. She also took Bayley out of action. But now, it is time for the World Tag Team Champions to explain why they did what they did on SmackDown to Fraxium. They say that they are the best tag team in the world. They are the best tag team of all time on several promotions, and they want to be that on WWE as well. And they don't want any other undeserved tag teams to prevent them from becoming the immortal team that they can easily be. But then, backstage footage is being showed on the Titantron as Fraxium, Fraser, and Axiom have taken out the security guard. We're supposed to escort them out of the arena, but they're still here in the arena, and they run to the ring. MCMG also wants to strike against them. Sabin goes to fight them face to face, and Shelly wants a weapon from under the ring. And for now, it's 2-on-1. Fraser and Axiom are beating Chris Sabin, but Alex Shelley arrives with a steel chair, and he slams it right in the midsection of Axiom. Chris Sabin counters Fraser's attack, and he catches the chair that Shelley throws for him. And thanks to Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin decimates Nathan Fraser with the steel chair as well. Axiom is back on his feet, but he's getting a super kick from Alex Shelley. And the Motor City Machine Guns are standing tall in another brawl in the middle of the ramp. How this could end, we don't know. But for Stephanie McCare, this is the start, because as she defended the Women's World Championship successfully, she is being attacked from behind by Rhea Ripley. She is back on Raw for the first time since SummerSlam, the same place she lost the title to Stephanie McCare. And she's now attacking La Primera. She clarifies why she did that, and that is the Women's World Championship. Something she doesn't want to leave without it. But things are getting more suspicious. Not because Rhea appeared on NXT and did this, but because what we see right now. Because Braun Breaker is calling out Cody Rhodes once again, as he was taken down with a crossroads on the previous episode of Friday Night SmackDown, and he wants Cody out here. And we did not expect this, but instead of Cody Rhodes, here comes Ava. After suspicious activities on SmackDown and NXT, she's now here on Raw, confronting the World Heavyweight Champion. Braun, listen, I don't know how much time I have here. I told everyone I have to make an announcement about NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, and that's why I am allowed to be here. But that's not actually what I am here for. Join us. I know you, and I know what a great unpredictable badass you are. That is the exact same reason you became the World Heavyweight Champion. And you received that crossroads from Cody Rhodes? That is not a problem right now. Because now you wanted to get revenge on Cody Rhodes. See what's happening? That's the undisputed champion you wanted out here. That's how easy things could be for you. You could lead this industry to a new picture. To a picture that you are in charge. And there will be no more guys like Cody Rhodes. Gunther music hits. He has a match in the main event, but he interrupts because he has some words for Braun Breaker. But before he could make his entrance, the same hooded man who attacked Cody Rhodes in the backstage is here and is attacking Gunther in the middle of the ramp. We don't know who this man is, and after attacking Gunther, he leaves. And it's better to say, he escapes. Ava continues. Braun, do it before it's too late. Do it before. Then her microphone is suddenly cut off. So that's why Ava shouts on Braun Breaker so Braun could hear him. But Braun wants more information. Braun wants more answers. But Ava does not have any more time. She leaves the ring and she runs to leave through the crowd like she's escaping. And Braun Breaker is confused, just like every single one of us. And Raw goes to the commercial breaks, and when they return, it's time for the main event. Even though Gunther was attacked by that hooded man, he still manages to defeat the Celtic Warrior Sheamus by delivering an avalanche powerbomb and then locking him in the sleeper hold to qualify for the finals. He will face Solo Sikoa next week. But what is actually happening? CM Punk has his eyes on this as well, and this is only the beginning.